Hi, I'm Jeremy from the Edmondson Pike Library, and today we're going to pay a visit to Riverdale, where Archie and the gang feast on a heaping helping of brains! Maybe you found yourself in the checkout line at the grocery store, and there, among the latest celebrity cellulite photos, your eyes fall upon a digest-sized collection of Archie comics. These are some of the last American comics to be found in the same place you can buy chapstick and candy bars. Archie's been a fixture on newsstands since 1941, earning him the coveted title of America's oldest teenager, but only because Dick Clark is dead. There are no big-budget movies or popular cartoons keeping this series alive, and Sugar Sugar is a 45-year-old bubblegum hit, which is hardly a tentpole for a major media franchise. And somehow Archie has endured. And he has emerged in the 21st century to be something more than just kitschy and nostalgic. These days, the lily-white cast of Archie comics is more diverse, and in 2010, Riverdale celebrated the marriage of Kevin Keller, Archie's first openly gay character. These are only innovations in the sense that comics' big two companies, Marvel and DC, have pretty lousy records when it comes to diversity. Now, Archie Comics has also published some odd crossovers in recent years, including a crossover with the television show Glee, and a series featuring the Knights in Satan's service, the hottest band in the land, Kiss. Now, the best of these series that they've produced is easily 2013's Afterlife with Archie. Now, after his beloved pet, Hot Dog, is hit by a car, Jughead seeks the help of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. They tap into a dark book of secrets to bring the dog back to life, and if you're familiar with Pet Sematary, you can probably guess what happens next. A reanimated Hot Dog comes back, takes a big bite out of Jughead, and turns him into something that's hungry for more than hamburgers and milkshakes.
Brains.
Jughead has his parents for dinner, let's say, and then does the Thriller dance all the way to the high school dance, where Archie, Betty, Veronica, and the rest of the gang are unaware of what's going down in Riverdale town. Now, obviously, the impetus for a story like this has to be The Walking Dead, because it's a super popular television show, and it's one of the best-selling comics in the country. This ongoing wave of zombie mania remains unstoppable, with little tendrils of foam creeping along the beach of culture to touch anything that hasn't been hybridized or putrefied. But this book isn't the sort of opportunistic cash grab that you might think. The script by Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa is really smart and even touching at times, and there's no feeling that he's sort of nudging and winking at the reader saying, hey, look at this, there's blood in Archie Comics. It treats the reader with respect. But best of all is the art by Francesco Francavilla. The story's set around Halloween, and the color palette is all oranges and blacks and lots of red. And his style, Francavilla's style, is all mood and menace, and he puts that to great effect on his own creator-owned series, The Black Beetle, which you can find at Nashville Public Library. I came to this story very excited, but a little skeptical, because these sort of high-concept mashups can go very wrong very quickly, but I wasn't let down. There's nothing definitively Archie about it. If you change the names of all the characters, the story would hold up on its own, but if it was done in the style of Archie Comics with the bright illustrations and corny jokes, it probably wouldn't work out so well. Now, this book collects the first 4 issues of the ongoing series, but it's just the beginning of the end of the world for the Riverdale gang, and it'll be fun to see where the story goes from here. As a company, Archie seems to be going in this direction now. With such a big hit on their hands, they're going to have a Sabrina the Teenage Witch horror comic that comes out this fall. No Melissa Joan Hart in sight, and if that doesn't pique your interest, then you've probably stopped watching this video by now. Be sure to fill your brains with more goodness from the library so the dead will have plenty to eat when they inevitably rise up and walk the earth. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and on George Romero's gigantic glasses. Earning him the coveted title of America's oldest teenager, but only because Dick Clark is dead. There are no big budget Okay. Let's try that again. Still, this book doesn't reek of the kind of opportunistic zeitgeist grab. Who am I?
You're reviewing an Archie comic. It's just an opportunistic zeitgeist grab.
These are the only big words that I know.
You're right.